You hatch from an egg, buried just under the dirt. You kick a few times, break through the surface, and crawl out into the open. Dozens of your siblings are already above ground, running in every direction. You were one of the last to hatch, and you were born a female. You pull free of the soil and run. Then a shadow passes over the clearing. One of your siblings is grabbed by a bird and carried into the sky. Another one runs left and gets caught by a lace monitor waiting near the roots. Its teeth close fast. The tail is gone before the body hits the ground. You stop running because you realize that the clearing is too open. You crouch and move slower, turning away from the noise. Your body still feels stiff. You were born cold-blooded, and without heat, your muscles can't move properly, so you climb. A thin tree stands nearby. You dig your claws in and start pulling upward. The bark moves under your weight, and halfway up, your back foot slips and you slide sideways. You hang for a moment, scramble for grip, then pull yourself up and reach the first branch. You crawl across the branch and stop near the edge. Your claws grip the bark so that you don't fall and you just wait. Sunlight breaks through the leaves above and warms your back. You stay still as your blood heats slowly. Below you, the other hatchlings are still running. One dives under a log, one disappears into a patch of grass, while the rest are already gone. You don't move again until the sun shifts. Then you take a few steps backwards, stopping just above the edge of the branch. You stay there without moving. You wait for the next threat to pass, or the next thing to eat. Skip forward a bit, and you're a few weeks old now. You move between dead logs and broken scrub, stopping every few steps to stay flat. Ahead, a black beetle rests near the edge of a hollow log. It doesn't move, so you press your belly low and begin to approach. You take one step, then another. The beetle twitches. You freeze, holding completely still until it settles again. You move your weight forward and prepare to strike. Then you launch. As your jaws open, something wide and wet explodes upward from the side. A striped marsh frog lunges straight toward the beetle. Its mouth is already open. You twist sideways and leap back, but its lips brush the edge of your leg before it lands. You hit the dirt and scramble behind the log. Your tail catches against a knot of dead branches, but you keep moving until your body is hidden. You wait there. The frog doesn't follow. It begins swallowing the beetle head first. You stay tucked between the branches for a long time. Your leg burns where the frog touched it. You didn't know frogs could eat anything your size, but they can. When the clearing is empty, you back out slowly, keeping your body low to the ground and your limbs pressed tight. You don't return to the same hunting spot. For the rest of the day, you only chase prey that's too small for anyone else to bother with. No more beetles and no more open ground. And when you eat fast, because you don't know what else might be watching. You are a few months old now. You cross a stretch of dry ground between two trees, and then you see it. A human is crouched in the dirt. Both arms are raised with something long and black between their hands, pointed directly at you. So you stop moving. You rise up and open your frill. The display spreads wide across your neck and shoulders. The human gets scared and flinches. The strange object in its hand lowers for a moment, then lifts again. You step forward, but the human doesn't move. The phone that it's holding stays aimed at your head. You open the frill wider, but nothing changes. You take one more step, but the human still doesn't move. You drop the frill and turn. Your legs push hard against the dirt as you run toward the nearest tree. Behind you, the human starts moving as well. You hit the trunk and begin to climb, claws scraping for grip. Before you reach the first branch, a hand closes around your neck. The pressure holds for a second. Then you're lifted, turned slightly, and held still. The phone flashes once, and a moment later, the grip loosens, and you're placed back against the bark. You bolt straight up the trunk, past the lower branches, until the wood bends under your weight and the leaves block everything below. You stay there for a long time. You don't come down that night, or the next. You move only to eat, pulling termites from the bark until the ground stops feeling like a threat. You are 1 year old now. Hunger pushes you out of cover, so you climb down the tree. A moment later, something catches your attention. A smell, carried low across the ground. You pause, then follow. The scent leads you across a shallow dip and toward the base of a crooked log. The air sharpens the closer you get. Then you see it. It's a frog, collapsed sideways across a patch of dry leaves. Its skin is torn near the leg, and the underside is open, so you start to move toward it. But something else gets there first. A small male steps into view from the side. His steps are fast, but uncertain. When he sees you, he rises, with his frill stretched wide. Then he stomps forward with both front feet and charges. You don't move, so he veers at the last second and circles back. Then he comes again. You lower your body and lunge. Your jaws connect with the top of his head. There's no resistance. The skull folds instantly and his weight crumples with it. His limbs collapse beneath him, and the rest of his body rolls sideways. He doesn't get up. His frill stays half raised, but the rest of him doesn't move again. You turn to the frog, open your jaws, and clamp down just above the knee. You drag it away from the lizard's body, pulling it until the shade closes in. You stop beside a root and press one foot down. Then you tear into the underside, and you begin to eat slowly. You stay until the limbs are bare and the torso caves slightly inward. Then you leave. You don't check the mail. You didn't come for a fight, but you left with food. Skip forward, and you're 2 years old now. A grasshopper lands on a low branch above the clearing. You sprint forward and leap, grabbing the bark with both front claws and climbing fast. The grasshopper jumps higher. You follow it, but the branch cracks under your weight. It gives way at the base, snapping dry and sharp, falling sideways with you still attached. You hit the ground flat against a soft mound, but it feels weird. Ants flood upward from the break. Dozens crawl across your legs, up your sides, and under your frill. You twist and bolt forward, kicking through dust and loose sticks as their jaws hook into your skin and pull. You slam into a dead log and scrape your side against the bark. You roll hard onto your back and press your ribs into the dirt. Some ants fall, but most of them stay. You run again, dragging your claws across your own sides, slamming into another log, rolling through the soil. A few drop off, but the rest don't. Then the ground shifts behind you. One step, then another. A long, narrow snout pushes through the ground. The snout hovers just above your spine. A tongue flicks out and drags across your back, pulling dozens of ants away in a single sweep. The snout drops again. The tongue returns, slower this time, sweeping your side and the back of your neck. The anteater doesn't look at you. It steps forward, lapping ants from the dirt in front of your head, then follows the trail across the log. You stay flat with your claws tucked tight. Its tail brushes over you as it walks past, and the last ants scatter. You don't move. You press low into the soil and wait until the stings ease off and the twitching stops. You are 3 years old now. You lie down in the open ground, bathing in the sun when a male steps into view. He moves slowly from the far edge of the clearing and stops just a few body lengths away. His body lifts tall and straight. His frill flares wide. He stays in place for a few seconds, fully extended, but you don't run. He lowers the frill and takes 2 steps closer. You hold your position. He closes the distance and circles once before mounting you. His front claws press lightly into your sides. He shifts again, settling his weight across your back. Your legs remain firm. The frill stays down. Then something behind him snaps. The weight on your body lifts suddenly. A second male charges into the clearing and clamps his jaws around the first one's tail. The grip locks instantly. The first male twists hard and breaks free. He turns to face the challenger, and both frills flare open at once. They lunge. They crash together in a tight spin, claws scraping, teeth slamming against jaws. One slaps its tail against the ground. The other bites down and shakes. Dust sprays across the clearing. One rears up, pulling tall on its hind legs. The other dives forward and knocks it backward across the dirt. You slip out from under the fight and bolt. You keep running until the sound behind you disappears completely. You don't slow down until the trees close in and the ground turns cool. You wait there, pressed flat against the soil, listening for footsteps that never come. You are 4 years old now. You search for a good spot, and after an hour of moving, you find it. It's a patch of soft earth beneath a thorny bush. You stop beside it and begin to dig. You drag your claws backward, one stroke at a time, as dirt piles up behind you. When the pit is deep enough, you lower your body inside and lay 6 eggs. Then you rise and cover the space with your back legs, pushing soil over the top until the shapes disappear. You step away from the bush and slide under a nearby log. Your limbs feel heavy, so you lie down and sleep for a long time. Later, when you return to check the nest, the soil is disturbed. A larger female is already there. Her snout is buried deep in the pit. You see her jaw move. An eggshell splits between her teeth, and the liquid inside runs down her chin. You charge. Your frill opens mid-run. You slam into her from the side with enough force to knock her back. She twists fast and snaps her head around. Her jaws clamp onto your leg. You fall hard. She drags you once across the dirt before letting go. You push upward to strike again, but she's already standing tall. She steps forward, so you decide to back away. She doesn't follow. She turns back to the nest and lowers her snout again. You limp into the grass and don't stop until the bush disappears behind you. You are 8 years old now. You lie on a thick branch high above the ground. You've held the same position for over an hour and nothing nearby has changed. Then the branch starts shaking. Something lands behind you. It's a bird. Its claws clamp around your back and pull upward. You're lifted instantly. You look down and see the tree disappearing below. You twist once, but the claws hold firm. The bird beats its wings twice and carries you higher. You hang from its grip as the forest stretches beneath you. A narrow clearing opens ahead. Mid-flight, the bird lets go, and you fall. Air rushes past your body. You tumble once, then drop straight down and hit the ground with your left side. The impact knocks the air from your chest. One of your back legs folds underneath you and doesn't move again. You pull yourself toward the nearest bush. The space beneath is dry and packed with dead leaves. Then, a beetle passes near your nose, and another. After a while, a small monitor lizard comes from the side. It stops in front of your body and sniffs once. Then it opens its mouth and bites down on your shoulder. You flinch, but don't pull away. The lizard holds the grip for a few seconds, then tears a chunk and swallows. Another monitor moves in from behind. It grabs your tail and pulls backward. Your body moves slightly, but you don't resist, so they keep eating. They take turns pulling and tearing, and after a while, your skin splits open fully and the meat inside is exposed. The monitors stay until nothing soft is left. Then they leave. Later, smaller animals move through. Insects pick at the remaining tissue. The sun drops lower, and wind carries a few pieces further into the grass. You are gone. Nothing remembers where, but the others will take what's left. Life as a frilled lizard might be rough, but There's another animal out there that has it way worse. Trust me, it's wild. Check out the video and see for yourself.